Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lewis Speaks 2023, and today I want to talk to you about the importance of self validation. Truth is, you won't get validation from sick people. What you will get is deflection, you'll get gaslighted, you'll get denied, you'll get excuse making, you'll get lies, but you will never be validated by sick people. And there's a lot of people in this world who are wounded. There's a lot of people in this world who are unevolved. They're not able to see their role in anything. They refuse to take accountability. They refuse to own up to their role in certain things. And so you're beating your head up against a wall, expecting them to own up and take responsibility for their role. I've had to do a lot of self-reflection. I've had to really become aware of the role that I play in a lot of things that happen to me. I'll say happen to me. I've had to do a lot of unpacking. And now I always ask myself, how did I contribute to my life experience? How did I contribute to what I believed happened to me? You know? And this is not to say that certain people are not victims of circumstance or certain things just randomly just happen. But there are some times when we are the cause of our own poor experiences. And we have to take a moment to take ownership of that if we want to change those experiences. And so I've had to take a step back and ask myself a lot of hard questions and really ask myself how I contributed to certain aspects of my life. And it's a bitter pill sometimes. It's a bitter pill to swallow, having to always look in that mirror and confront yourself and realize that in some aspects, you are the problem. To sit in that mirror and say, I am the problem? Really? For so long, I've been going like this. Them, when really it was me. And I had to really kind of accept that. And that's a hard pill to swallow. I realized in many ways I contributed to my own bad experiences by just tolerating and accepting poor treatment from other people. I also waited to gain permission from other people to end a friendship or end a toxic situation. I oftentimes waited for them to validate my experience, and that's dangerous. And so I had to go back and ask myself where I learned how to do that. And of course, you learn how to do that by your first experiences, with caretakers, family, friends. You learn how to do this, how to always wait for permission to follow your intuition. I oftentimes did that. I've waited for permission from others to follow my intuition. I knew initially something was not right in certain relationships and certain friendships, but yet and still I continued to go down the road, thinking that this was noble, that I was being a loyal friend, a good partner. But I was not listening to my intuition. I was not honoring that voice inside of me that said, this is not for you. This is not good for you. And so when I dishonored my intuition, that was my first mistake. You know? My second mistake was waiting for permission to follow my intuition. Waiting till they said, I understand if you're not down with this. I understand if you're not. No. I should have initially, the moment I felt that, I should have taken action. And I think that oftentimes we beat ourselves up when we take action too late. We're getting a reading. We're getting a frequency. We're picking up on the energy, and yet and still we're denying what we feel in order to please another person. And it's that self-denial. It's that self-denial that really, really causes us to, I would say, beat ourselves up, you know, because we know that we should have listened to our intuition. We know that we should have really followed that voice inside of us. And yet and still we dismissed it, we denied it, we minimized it, we diminished it. And lo and behold, that voice was trying to keep us safe. And so I've learned now to follow my intuition. The moment that I get that inkling, explore it, understand, unpack it, understand what is that, and then listen to it, because that's telling me what I need to do. I'm no longer waiting for other people to give me permission to follow my intuition. You know? I'm no longer waiting for their validation, because their validation is inconsequential to my existence. I realize that trusting myself has become the most important thing for me now. Self-trust has become the most salient thing in my life right now, because trusting everybody else, it'll lead you astray. You know, part of connecting with other people is, for one, connecting with yourself. And if you're not connected to yourself and you're always reaching and looking to other people to validate your life experience, to tell you that what you're doing is right, you're going to always feel incomplete. You're going to always feel lost. You're going to always feel unsure and insecure, because you're looking to somebody else to tell you about you and what you feel. It's not going to work. And I think that that's also a form of codependence. You know, looking to other people to give you worth, to give you answers, to give you a feeling of wholeness and completion. No. You've got to learn to trust yourself and validate your own experience, because other people will not. They will try to undermine your experience. They will try to undermine your intuition. They will try to make you feel as though you're crazy for feeling the way that you do, and that you have no right to your feelings. But I'm here to tell you today, you do have a right to your feelings. Follow that gut intuition. That initial feeling that tells you something ain't right about this person. Something's not right about this situation. You know? Honor that, because the more you honor your intuition, the more it grows. See, when you keep on dishonoring your intuition, you can grieve it. You can chase it away to the point where you are just always feeling lost, at a loss of what to do, because your gut has lost that tuning. You know, it needs to be fine-tuned again. So I'm learning how to trust myself and really connect to myself and rely on myself. Be more self-reliant, because that also builds self-trust. When you're reliant on yourself and you don't always seek out the opinions, the knowledge, the information that others have. No. I'm done trusting these sources. Now I'm trusting God and I'm trusting myself. I'm trying to align my intuition with my Heavenly Father. If we are in alignment, if I'm in alignment with a divine source, that's going to serve me. That's going to give me all the information that I need to know to make the appropriate changes, to make the necessary changes. And so that's where I'm at. I'm no longer relying on other people to give me the answers so much, because a lot of people in this world are just as lost, if not more so, and it's like the blind leading the blind. Do I think that I know everything? No, I don't know everything, but I know this. I know that I have to trust not only a higher source, but also myself and the gift of intuition that God implanted in me to keep me safe, to keep me aware. I need to, like I said, I am the best answer for what I need. I'm the best answer. There's nobody out there that can give me that answer like I can. I just need to sit still and listen. Listen. Really tune in and listen. Because if you don't tune in and listen to your own voice, what ends up happening is that you'll get sucked in and blindsided by the turbulence of the world. There's just so much turbulence and so much disturbance and so many distractions. And those distractions, it can lead you astray. It'll lead you astray. So many people are out there lost right now, spiraling out of control, spinning out of control because they're so busy trusting the voice of every other person except themselves. And when you don't trust yourself, you can't really trust other people 100%. You'll always be wary and suspicious because that's the type of behavior and the type of basically the actions that you're giving yourself. So you have to begin to trust yourself first. And the more you trust yourself, the more you can have a better relationship with everyone else too. That's what I'm realizing. It all starts with you. It all starts with you. So I hope this video was helpful in terms of validating yourself, loving on yourself, trusting yourself. It's essential. So the thing is, how to go about trusting yourself. For one, you have to be with yourself. And that requires you to have solitude. You need that spiritual solitude. You need it. Just to sit with yourself and really tune into how you feel. Tune into the people around you. Who makes you feel safe? Who makes you feel heard, seen, valued, cared for? Do you feel supported? What things do you need in order to feel supported? Who does support you? What is your love language? How do you know support is there when it is there? How do you know that it's not? All these questions that you have to ask yourself, so that way you can really discern who in your life is present, who cares. So you also need to start and ask yourself that question. What can I do to support myself? What kind of support do I need in order to grow and thrive and be the best version of myself? That's the questions that you have to ask yourself. And then begin to give and pour into you that kind of support. Give yourself the support that you're looking for from everyone else. And then do not settle for less. And this is key. Because oftentimes in our desperation, in our loneliness, we oftentimes just settle for less than what we deserve. And then we end up resentful, end up angry at the people that are offering these things when they really don't have the capacity to give us what we need. And so it's about also assessing the capacity. Do they have the capacity to offer us the support that we need? Do we ourselves have the capacity to give ourselves the support that we need? And if we don't, we need to build that capacity within us. How can I build my capacity to give myself the love and support that I need? That's the question that we have to ask ourselves. And so I encourage you to ask yourself, how can you build that capacity to really hold yourself, hold space for yourself, be gentle with yourself, offer yourself that tenderness, that investment, that attention that you're looking for from everyone else? How can you attend to yourself? So I encourage you to do that. Really ask yourself these questions. And is it a journey? Yes, it is a journey, but you are worth every single step. So begin taking the first step today, sitting with yourself in that space with that solitude and asking yourself these questions. I hope this video was very helpful. If you have any comments, any questions, please drop them in the comment section below. And I thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.